I am Cressie May. I am an aerialist, general circus artist, performer, and instructor living out of the Boulder, Denver area. I work with a lot of amazing companies and individual people on a lot of collaborative projects, which I'm missing dearly right now. So these workout parties have literally meant the world to me, to be able to collaborate not only with coaches, but with all of you to create this experience. And for the most part, I've mostly been hosting. It's been a lot of behind the scenes work, and there's a lot of awesome coaches with stuff to share. So I haven't done much teaching myself, but I'm really looking forward to leading the leg flexibility portion of today's workshop. And for that, you'll want yoga blocks. But other than that, you should be good. I'll pass this off to Jocelynn.
Hi everybody, I'm Jocelynn. I'm also a circus artist and I've been a professional dancer for over 21 years, and I've been teaching a number of these ones. Today I will be finishing us up with some leg love. So you'll want a tennis ball or any kind of like massage ball for that, and if you have a foam roller, that would be great. We could use that. If you don't have one, there'll be a break right before I go. You can get a towel, and we can use a towel as another option. And then I'll be ending with a little bit of ab integration and a little bit of breath work as well.
Hey everyone, I'm Fallon. I am a dancer and an aerialist and have done, I think this is maybe my fourth workout party doing turnout dance. So we're gonna find our pockets. In my other life, I'm a nurse, so I'm still working right now, and it is challenging right now. And this is such a nice respite for me to get to be with you all. So thank you for being here. You will need socks for a turnout dance. So we're gonna do some leg swings, protect your little tootsies. I'll pass it to Sarah.
Hi guys, I'm Sarah. I'm an aerialist based out of Portland, Oregon right now. This is my second party teaching. Really happy to be on this platform to be able to continue teaching. It's one of my favorite things. I am not a ground dancer at all, so I'm really excited for this class, and I'm really excited to lead you in a fun warm up to put us into our bodies and just create some presence in our bodies right now. So let's go ahead and start. We're at time, so let's start on our mat. I will say you will need a stretchy band. If you have one, it's great. If not, you can even use like some yoga pants that have some spandex stretch in them. That works really well, even a towel, okay? So let's go ahead and start on our mats. Just have it nearby you. Take a comfortable distance with your feet, so about hip distance apart. Let's go ahead and close our eyes, soften our knees, relax your hands, let your shoulders move down your back. Start to notice our breath. So take a deep inhale through the nose. Big exhale, sigh it out, make some noise. Do that 2 more times just because it feels really good right now. Inhale through the nose. Big exhale. One last time, draw even more air than you can think. Fill your lungs up. Big exhale. Take one hand, doesn't matter which, to the chest, and just start a light tapping motion on your chest. Almost like you're tapping on a drum, creating a beat there. The eyes closed, the breath steady, relax the knees, and then start to carry this tapping motion over to your shoulder, across your body, and then down your arm, on one side of your arm. Flip your palm up to the sky so that you tap your hand, and then we'll do the opposite side of the hand. Continue up the arm, back across the chest, switch hands, other side. So tapping the chest, take your other arm out, and start to tap along the arm. Turn the hand up. We're just trying to awaken our skin, feel our bodies, feel connected right here, right now. Take both hands to the chest. Maybe you can create a faster tempo on your drum. And then explore a little bit, find some freedom. So wherever you're sore, for me, it's always my upper back and shoulders. Send some love there, send some vibrations there. Carry it up to your face, your neck, your jaw. Even little taps on your third eye center, awaken that creative center. Forehead, the head. Just really tune into what your body needs right now. So we'll start to carry this down to the abdomen, the ribs, belly, the hip flexors, and then around to the side of the hips, the booty. Give some love there, the lower back. Just really tapping into where you need this. So we'll start to hinge at the waist and carry this tapping down our legs. So the front side of our legs to our ankles, and then up the side of our legs, up to our hips, and then down the backs of our legs. Hamstrings, give them some extra love. And then back down to our feet, give your feet some taps. You can even turn your hands into some fists and get your calves really good there, like a little massage. And then let's meet in a fold. Take our legs just a tiny bit wider. Let yourself be really heavy and let your arms sway. Imagine that you're a piece of seaweed in the ocean. Just feeling the currents. You're rooting down through your feet. Feeling nice and solid there. But letting the head be heavy. And just finding some swaying movement so that you can get into your side body here. And then slowly come back to center, back to stillness for a moment. Let's change this movement into more of a shaking. So you're bending your knees, letting your upper body be really heavy and starting to shake as you slowly roll through your spine. So I'll turn sideways if you need to see me. Slowly rolling up through your spine. If you find anywhere that's a little bit sore, you can stay there for a moment. And then with the eyes closed so you can't see how ridiculous you look, we're just gonna start shaking our body in any way that resonates with you. Just trying to shake any stagnant energy out of the body. So it can be like a fast shake, feel your booty jiggle, or it could be like a slow, steady shake. You can lift one leg up, shake the hands. It really doesn't matter what you look like. So just have fun with it. Find some freedom in your body. Maybe you can imagine there's like a drum beat going that you're dancing to. We're just here to loosen up, get into this body more fully, more present right here, right now. And you can take a little journey on your yoga mat. So eyes closed or softly open just so you don't fall into anything. Take a little journey as you're shaking, see where it leads you. You can also fold back over if that feels really good. Wherever this movement takes you, just follow. Let your body send you messages where it needs to loosen up a little more. See how you can move your limbs in different ways. You can even jump up and down. We'll all start jumping a little bit on that note. Letting the arms swing and turn the hips sideways even. And then slowly come back to stillness. So you're only bending your knees just a little bit until you settle to be completely still. And slowly open your eyes, just enough to grab your TheraBand or whatever you're using. Maybe it's a pair of yoga pants or a towel. Let's take our TheraBand up over our head. Nice, at least shoulder distance apart or wider. Create a little bit of tension on the band. Root down through your feet, turn to the right side. So your shoulders are turning over your right foot. Slightly turn that foot out. Let's hinge over to that side of the body. Think of length. So you're lengthening through the arms, down to the center. So shoulders are square here. And let the left arm turn. So you're creating like a counterclockwise movement. Keep stretching, working on our side body. Do that same movement going towards the right side. So left arm turns, shoulder turns. Hinge over towards the right leg, bow, and then keep turning towards the center. The right arm starts to lead. So you're really looking for that nice C-shaped curve in your spine. Keep a little tension on your band. Do that one more time. Really try and feel your ribs lift and open. Should feel really good. Use your breath. Inhaling up. Exhaling over. Do that same movement, opposite direction. So we'll meet in a fold, shoulders and hips parallel forward. This time, you're moving your hands clockwise. So left arm starts to lead, to roll up and over, tall spine. And then turn your left toes out, right arm starts to lead as you turn your shoulders towards your left leg. Now forward. Left arm starts to lead back to center. Do that same movement. Think of bringing down your feet so you can lengthen your whole body, going around the world. One last time. Awesome. Let's drop the band to the side. Take the hands out, meeting in that fold. You can do a few squats to reset the legs. A lot on your hamstrings. All right, so take both your hands to frame your right foot. Turn on your back heels to find like pyramid pose in yoga. You can always have your yoga blocks here if you have them handy, but if not, just slightly bend your knee, or you can have your hands on your shin here. We'll check to make sure. Some questions there. All right. Let's set our back knee down. So you're in a lunge. Left hand down, inhale, open the right arm up to the sky. Opening the shoulder. Exhale, straighten your front leg. Pull your toes towards your shin, fold over. We're at kind of half Hanuman split here. Inhale, press your foot down, open up the right arm. Exhale, fold over the front leg, toes towards the shin. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold over that leg. Very good, let's find a lunge. Frame the front foot with both hands. Find a plank pose. Nice strong body. For 3, 2, 1. Exhale to downward facing dog. And take a few breaths here. You can bend one knee and the other. And then step your right leg forward towards pyramid, but we're just going to spin around to our other side just to make it more fun. So toes are pointing to bow forward over that front leg. You can slightly bend your knee if you need to here. Stretching our hamstrings, square your hips. Inhale, roll halfway up. Exhale, fold. And then bring your back knee down by stepping that foot further back. Find a lunge here. Right hand presses down. Inhale, open up the left arm back. Breathe some life into that shoulder. Exhale, fold over the front leg. And bring the toes towards the shin. Inhale, bend into a lunge. Open up that left arm. Exhale, fold over the front leg. Flex the foot. Inhale, do 2 more times. Open up the shoulder. Exhale, flex the foot and fold. 1 more time. Inhale. Kitty saying hi. Exhale, fold. Let's bend into the front leg, frame the foot with the hands, tuck the back toes. Find the plank pose. You can drop your knees at any time as a modification. Shift your weight forward. Let's lower down, elbows in. And either go to low cobra or upward dog, just to lengthen the spine. Hug everything in nice. Feet are flat here. Exhale, tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Take your feet together, lift the right leg straight back. Inhale, open the hip, bend the knee. So hip flexor is reaching towards the sky. Exhale, square the hips. Take your right leg across your body in this diagonal shape. Right hand is rooting down in order to open up into a wild thing variation. That's my timer, but we'll finish up on the opposite side there. So go ahead, step back from wild thing to three-legged dog. Exhale that foot down. Inhale, take the left leg up. Bend the knee, open the hip. Turn that alarm off. Sorry about that, guys. Square the hips. Exhale, the left foot across the body. Left hand roots down as you take the right arm to the sky. Exhale, right hand down. Three-legged dog. Find downward facing dog. And you can rest in a child's pose. All right. And I will pass the torch to, is it Fallon? Yes. Here we are.
Okay, I'm just gonna switch to gallery view. Grab your socks. I'm gonna just play some music quietly. I'm just using that instead of a timer. So if you don't hear it, it's okay. All right. And then if your yoga mat is in your way, you can go ahead and ditch that for the time being. All right. And I'll be too far away from my screen to see your chats. So if you have questions, something's hurting, it's not feeling right, then go ahead and unmute yourself real quick so that I can hear you. So we're gonna start, we'll just check in with our turnout today. On your booties, legs out in front of you, and just kind of see where you're at. How, when you're relaxed, how much you're turned out. Sorry, my cat's chasing my stuff. So just make a note of that. Nothing good or bad. And then we're gonna come to one side, doesn't matter which side. All the way, stacking hips. You don't wanna be rolling back or rolling forward. So nice and stacked and straight, yeah? And then my top arm is gonna come down in front of me, fingers facing towards me so I can really engage my tricep and my lats and my back and everything there. I'm gonna bring my knees up into a fetal position. And we're gonna start by swinging leg swings. We're gonna do 4 of each again. First 4 knee bent on the front and the back. Second 4 knee straight in the front, so you get a little nice hamstring stretch. And then on the last set, we're going to lift the knee, and then we'll just follow along from there, because half the time I just kind of pick it up as I go. So here we go. We're gonna swing for 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and straight leg, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're gonna start lifting that back knee and lift. 2, 3, and 4. Hold it back there. Straighten that back leg. Reach out across you so you're reaching across that diagonal. And we're gonna pulse back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and flex the foot, keep pulsing. These are all gonna be small movements in this, and that's okay. I think that's probably 4, 3, 2, 1. Now in the hip socket, you're gonna turn, internally rotate, turn it in, and externally turn it out. Turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out. Do it with a pointed toe. Turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out. Awesome. Now you're going to lift that up to the side, straighten out the bottom leg. Bring that top arm back to how you had it, fingers facing towards you. And I'm going to use my inner thigh muscles to pull this towards, and they'll just be very small movements. The goal is not to like let it come all the way back, but to just keep pulling it more and more and more, yeah? So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, flex the foot. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out. Point it, turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out. Good. We're going to do some batmas, so lowering down and lifting for 4, 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, 1, flex it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there. We're going to do our hydraulics. So I'm going to bend my knee to my ribs. Tap that toe down into a high passe. And then bring it back up. Knee to ribs and straighten. 3 more just like that. Hydraulic down. Tap it. Knee to ribs. Back up. Make sure your booty's not falling back. I can feel mine is because my kitty is distracting me. Back up. Last one like this. Knee to rib and back up. Nice. We're going to add on. So hydraulic down. Tap the toe. Knee forward, parallel. Turn it out. And back up. Another one just like that. Tap it down. And forward. And up. Good. Let's do one more. We're going to do 3s today. I'm going to be weird. And back up. And up. We're going to add on to that. Flex it down. Tap it. Parallel. Straighten. Bend. Turn it out. Knee to ribs. And back up. 2 more. All the way down. Turn it in. Straighten. Bring it in. And up. To the ribs. Straighten. 1 more. Flex it down. Tap the toe. Turn it in. Straighten. Bring it in. And up. And all the way up. Last one. Maybe I did too many. It's okay. It's good luck. But your booties are feeling it. Straighten and back in and up and all the way up. We're adding on. You got this. I know your booty is burning because mine is. Forward, straighten, turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out. Bend it and coming back up. Knee to ribs and straighten. You've got it. Lowering down. 1 more like that. Straighten. Turn it in. Turn it out. 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 Bend it. Feels so good. Knee to ribs and all the way up. We're going to keep going. Flex it down. Tap the toe. Parallel. Straighten. 4 circles backwards. 2, 3, and 4. And bring it in. Woo, up, knee to ribs, and up. Going again, flex it down. You got it. Parallel, straighten, circle forward. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend it, and up. Nice job, guys. All the way up. We're gonna rainbow it down. So really keeping your turnout. So heel pulling forward. We're gonna rainbow down. So tapping it down in front and back up. It's so hard to maintain that turnout. You've got it. You're so strong. 2, 3, and 4. Good. Nice. And some batmas here. Those feel amazing after this. 3, and 2, and 1. Flex it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come to a 45-degree. Bottom leg is going to come up and kiss. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there. And now we're going to swim our legs forward for 8 and back. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Lower that leg down, lift the top leg back up. We're gonna do a couple more. Turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out. Flex the foot again, in and out, and in and out, and in and out, and in and out. Great. Take that top arm, swim it up over your head till you roll to your back. And 8 batmas here. 8, 7, flex foot. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Point the toe. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and sit up. Have a little check-in. How's that turnout doing? Hopefully good. Feels a little bit more open. We're gonna swim around and do the other side. So, laying down on that opposite side. Bottom arm straight out, top arm, fingers, toes, fingers in front of you. Then bring it up into your fetal position. We're gonna start with our leg swing, starting with the leg bend. 4, 4, 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, 1. Straight leg in the front. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna lift the knee on the back. Lift. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there. Straighten it out. Reach across. Nice long line. Good. And pulse it back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flex it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Turn it in. Turn it out. 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 Point it. Turn it in. Turn it out. 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 Great. Lift it up to the side. Straighten out that bottom leg. Replace your top arm. Really engage your back. Nice work. Using your inner thighs, we're going to pull for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flex it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Turn it in. Turn it out. 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 Point it. Turn it in. Turn it out. 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 Great. Batmas for 4. Lift. 3, 2, and 1. Flex it. 4, 4, 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, 1. Alrighty, we're ready for our hydraulics.
We're gonna flex it down, tap it in that high passe. Back to your ribs and up. Whew, sorry, I got crampy. Flex it down, tap, and back up. 2 more. Tap, knee to ribs, and up. Last one. Tap, and back up. And flex it down, tap, parallel, and back up. 2 more. Flex it down, tap, parallel, and back up. I love watching all of the legs fly in the gallery. It's so much fun. Parallel, and up, and all the way up, adding on, flexing down. Parallel, straighten, bring it in, and up. Knee to ribs, all the way up. 2 more. Tapping down, parallel, straighten, bend, turn it out, knee to rib, and up. 1 more. Tap, parallel, straighten, bend it in, coming back up. Good. Adding on to that, flexing down, tapping, parallel, straighten, turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out. Bend. Nice. Good job, guys. 1 more like that. Flexing down, tapping, parallel, straighten, turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out. Bend it, and up, all the way up. Good, flex it down. We're gonna do our circles. Tapping, parallel, straight, circle back for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and bend, and all the way back up. 1 more like that. You're so strong. Your pocket's getting such a good workout. Straighten, circle forward. 3, 2, and 1, and bend, and all the way up, all the way up, and our rainbows. So remembering to keep that turnout the whole time. It's so wicked hard to do. I'm really bad at it, but I'm trying it. We're going down for 4, 4, 3, 4, 2, and 1. And here are your batmas, because it feels so much better. 3, 2, and 1. Flex the foot for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And keep it at a 45. Point the toe, and we're going to kiss the bottom for 4. I think we did 8 though, so we're going to do 8. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. 8 swims forward. Bring it in and back and in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Lift that leg back up. We're gonna turn it in, turn it out, 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 flex it, turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out. Good. Swim that top arm above you. Roll to your back. 8 batmas here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Point the toe for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And sit up. I hope you're even now. Check in. And I think I've got dose minutes left, if I'm correct. So we'll do some of the things we did last week, but not as many. So go ahead and sit on your booty. Point your toes. Keep your turnout. 1 foot on top of the other in a susu, if you know what that means.
And we are going to, for 4, bring our leg up and straighten. Close it down. Again. 3, close. Up. 2, close. 1 more. And close. This time we are going to match our other leg out with it. So adding on. Straddle. Close. Yeah? Good. 3. Passe. 4. And 1 more for good luck. Close. And the other side. We're going to come to a passe and straighten. Close. 2 more. Up. Last one. Up. And close. And now the other leg is going to meet it in a straddle. Here we go. And 4. Close. Passe. 3. Close. Passe. 2. Close. And the last one, make it the best one. Close. Nice. Nice work, guys. I hope your pockets are feeling nice and juicy. I'm gonna pass it on to Cressie. Gonna continue.
Yay, thank you guys. Thank you so much, Fallon, and thank you, Sarah, for warming us up. My booty pockets are burning. I'm gonna let you guys take a quick break in case you need to use the bathroom, get more water, etc. Let the blood kind of move around your body a little bit. And then we will meet back here with our yoga blocks. And actually, if you have a belt, a scarf, thicker resistance band, something that's like really strong, anything like that, I'm gonna bring back a hamstring stretch that Jocelynn did last week. So sorry if that's a surprise, but grab that in your yoga blocks and I'll see you in a minute. I find socks to also be helpful for this, for working on splits. It's nice to be able to slide. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. If you're not quite in the room, but you can hear me, don't worry about it. Just jump on in when you get back. We're gonna actually start standing. We're just gonna do some squats to get back into those pockets we were just working. So just go ahead and find a wide squat. And then we're gonna take our shoulders and we're gonna do little twists. Go ahead and switch sides when you're ready. Now you're gonna place your hands on the floor and try and straighten your bum, dropping your head. Your toes will wanna change to point forward, that's good. And we're just gonna kind of go back and forth between dumping the booty and lifting the butt. You'll find that your legs will turn out when you come into your squat. Your toes will point forward when you come back up. Nice. Now come down onto one side. So you're in a side lunge. This is gonna look different for everyone depending on your flexibility. So don't worry if it doesn't look like mine, just find what feels good for you. Then if you can, rock down to your butt, go ahead and find that, and then see if you can, without using your hands, come back up. And I like to think about driving my heel into the ground and lifting up through my sternum as I come back up. I'm also kind of rotating back and forth between an internal rotation and then an external on the way down. Good. If you could do this next thing without hands, go ahead, or light hands, or use your hands if you need to, but you're gonna come up and over to your other side. First, just finding that side lunge. Good, and now if you were able to come back onto the butt, go ahead and start doing that. Really using active engagement to come up and down. You don't wanna be throwing yourself onto the floor with a big clunk. If that's happening, but you have the flexibility to get there, you can use your hands to slow yourself down. Good, and then back up to center. And we're gonna straighten those legs again. You're gonna grab wherever you can on your legs. I like to grab at the heels because my hands do touch the floor, but if not, you can grab your thighs, and you're gonna pull your head through. Try to look at your own beautiful butt. Nice, okay. And you're gonna work your way down to the ground. We're gonna come into a straddle here. Find that nice turnout that we've been working on. And I want you to think about extension through the low back as opposed to a rounded back here. Now that might not be this might not be accessible to you depending on your flexibility. So think about having a less wide straddle. And if you can reach the floor, you can think about pulling your chest forward and rolling your hips forward as well to lengthen the lower back. If this is easy for you, go ahead and find where you can get to in a pancake without rounding your back. If you're at the top, if you're in your pancake, hold for a couple breaths and then do some pulses. If you're not getting there, and you're just working on this low back here, try doing little rocks. You can think about pulling the thighs back and pushing the lower back forward. Okay, so you're either pulsing here or you're just working on that low back extension. Good. Now everybody's gonna reach up and over to one side. So we're gonna do a little side bend here. And again, this is gonna look different for everyone. But if you're able to, you want to think about peeling your shoulder blade back so that your chest opens up towards the ceiling or the sky if you're lucky enough to be outside. Nice. Big up, open the arms really wide. Let's come across and hug ourselves. Let's lift the elbows and get nice breath in the back body here. We're gonna open up wide and put the other arm on top. Same thing, lifting the elbows, big breath. This time we're gonna go up and over to the other side. Good, thinking about peeling that shoulder blade up and back, or back and down rather, to open that chest up to the ceiling or the sky. Good. Come back up to the top. We're gonna go back towards that original leg. Now you're gonna face it. If you're one of those people that's still struggling with the low back being round, you're going to, again, think about pulling forward. So straighten that, and then twisting your shoulders towards that leg and lowering if you can. If you have this, you have the flexibility there, I want you to lower as far as you can without rounding your back. And everyone's gonna meet where they're at here and take a deep breath. Now everyone can round their back and lower their head towards the knee. Okay, we're gonna come to the other side, same thing. So you're gonna find that nice extension in the back. You're gonna twist your chest towards your knee, lower as far as you can with a straight back. Take a couple breaths here. And now go ahead and lower, and you can curl. Good. Okay, so for this next part, I am really bad at straddle splits, so this is gonna look really crazy for me. If you don't have a straddle split at all, you can either keep working on pulling these thighs back and pushing forward with the hips. You can come into a froggy pose like this, okay? Or you can just take a rest if you're feeling it's a lot on your legs right now. Or you can go ahead and rock up and over into your straddle split, and we're gonna hold. So go ahead and find either a resting position, your straddle split, or a froggy. If you're in froggy, you can rock your hips back and forth to kind of loosen that up even more. And I see some people using their yoga blocks for oversplit. So if you have an oversplit, which I wish I had, go ahead and use those as well, wherever you are in your straddle practice. A few more seconds here. Take a nice deep breath. See if you can go any lower. And slowly back on out of that. Go ahead and slowly rock your legs back to center. We like to tell the children to make thunder. So let's make some thunder with our legs. Let's just do some points and flexes here. And now, if you were able to grab a belt or a scarf, a blanket, towel, whatever, forgive me, Jocelyn, if I don't do this exactly as you taught it, but I'm going to do this lovely hamstring stretch that's been saving my life for the last week that Jocelyn led in last week's dance intensive. Maybe a little different, but you're going to lay on your back, 90-degree angle with the foot or the leg, and you're going to flex the foot, and you're going to hook your strap over your foot, and you want to think about grounding the bone into the floor straight over the hip, so your ankle is directly in line, and we're gonna pull and just pull down on that flex and breathe. Keeping that nice and centered. Okay, now you're gonna release the tension on that and see if you can pull your leg a little bit closer to your face. Now, don't pull it to the point where you're feeling like a crazy stretch, just to where it wants to go naturally. And now we're gonna pull down again, pulling into that flex. This is very similar, if not the same, as PNF stretching. It's just using resistance instead of using your musculature to squeeze everything, but we're really squeezing to reset the nervous system here. Release, and you should be able to pull it just a little bit further. And if you're still towards the top and it wasn't really going very far, don't worry about that. Go ahead and pull down again. I'm going to do one more after this. And release. And then one more, pulling it closer if you can. And pull in. Woo, I'm really feeling this one. Good, and now we're gonna just let that leg come out to the side, still keeping tension. And then let's go ahead and bend that knee and straighten the other leg and pull it over for a spinal twist here. Beautiful. So you can have your knee bent or straight, whichever feels better for you here. Good, and then shake that out. Woo! We're gonna go to the other side now, making sure we're at a nice 90-degree angle. And flex the foot. I know you can't see my flex, but you got a good view last time, so. And pulling, grounding straight down through the hip bone, or the sacrum rather. And release, and pull it in. Just to where it starts to stretch, but nothing too far, and pull down. And release. A little bit closer. We're gonna do two more of these. And take another breath and then pull. Good, and last one, release. Pull it a little bit closer, take a second here. And pull. Good. Now out to the side. You can straighten that other leg. It's a nice hip opener there for me. And you're gonna bend that knee to pull it over for spinal twist. Good. Okay, go ahead and grab your yoga blocks. You're doing great. You guys are doing great. Okay. So, we're using the yoga blocks here. We're going to do a lunge series, working our way into our front splits. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start off in a low, like 90-90 kind of stag leg here. So we're not quite lunged yet. And we're going to find this position, and we're going to, shouldn't need your blocks just yet, but if you do, you can use them. But you're going to think about squeezing your butt, curling the tailbone under, and really contracting along the back side of this knee down, the leg that has the knee down, and really contracting all along the back side to open up the front side. Try not to cramp your toes and your feet, so you just have a nice extension through that, and relax. So we're gonna do this PNF style stretching here, where we're gonna squeeze everything kind of like we were just doing with the resistance belt, but it's just gonna be our muscles. So we're gonna squeeze and then release. So really squeeze the butt, squeeze the back body, and push forward through the hip. And release. Good. We're going to do one more of those here. And squeeze. And release. Good job. Now we're going to step our front foot forward just a little bit so that we can come into a low lunge here. Go ahead and use your blocks if you'd like. And I want you to think about really squaring off your hips here. So we can think about pulling this one, the knee that's up, pulling that leg back into socket will help square our hips off. And we're gonna do that PNF style again, but now we're gonna squeeze the front leg too. So we're gonna squeeze everything, really engage the entire low body. You should be shaking a little bit, that's good. And release. See if you can now step your foot forward a little bit more, recheck in with your hips, make sure they're squared, and we're gonna go again. And squeeze. And release. Good. Can you come a little bit farther forward? Now we're going to take, my right leg is the back leg, so my right arm is going to come down. I'm going to take my left arm, swing it up and back, and grab my back foot. If that's not accessible to me, then I'm just going to reach back with my arm to stretch the upper body. But if you can reach, I want you to press your foot into your hand, again for some more PNF style stretching. So push. And if you can't reach, you're just breathing here. And release. Deep breath. And push. And release. Good. Put that foot down. Then we're going to rock it back. And you're going to point and flex. Point and flex. You're just going to keep doing that. You got these hamstrings nice and stretched out, so that should help with this. Now we're going to go back and forth like a windshield wiper with our toes. Hopefully you can see that. Just kind of go back and forth. Good. Now we're going to rock forward and then pull it back. Toes flexed a couple of times. Toes flexed. All right, we're gonna hold it back here, flex. We're gonna pull up on the quad. We're gonna engage everything here and breathe. So you're pulling up on the quad, you're squeezing, foot is flexed, you're probably shaking a little bit, sweating is awesome. And release and point the foot and rock forward. Take a breath. Bring it back. One more time here, we're gonna flex the foot and squeeze. And release. Rock forward and back. Okay, now we're gonna slide into our split. So I want you to come back into this position we started in. Get your blocks if you need them. You can come down to them wherever they're at. And we're gonna think about pressing the front foot forward while leaving the back leg where it is. As we come down into our split, trying to keep yourself nice and squared here. We're going to PNF style again. So you're going to think about pushing yourself up by squeezing your legs in. Okay, so you might lose some of your closeness to the floor, but we're going to squeeze everything up, everything into the center line. So we should be squeezing now. So we're coming into center from all four directions with our legs here. Trying not to keep any tension in our neck or shoulders, and try to stay relaxed in the upper body. And now release. See if that took you a little closer to the floor. Take a good breath here. We're gonna do PNF again. So on 3, 1, 2, 3, and squeeze everything in. So here we are squeezing our feet. We are squeezing our point. We're squeezing our butt. We're squeezing our quads. We're shaking. We're sweating. And we're releasing. So I don't know where you're at, but when I started, I was a few inches off the floor, and now I'm a lot closer. I could be a little more square. We're gonna do one more here, ready? Now, also, if you need to come out of this, go ahead and come out of it, but squeeze, 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 squeeze. And release, good. Now, if you're all the way on the floor, or you're in a position where this feels good, you can go ahead and fold over your leg. If you aren't quite down in your splits yet, you can rock back and forth between your two poses we were doing before, if that feels better. And if you have it right now, you can go ahead and do a little twist. Go both directions. And come out of that. Good job, guys. We're gonna do our other side. You're doing amazing. If anybody needed any variations that you didn't feel like I gave to you, or something wasn't accessible to you, you can go ahead and put that in the chat and I'll try to address it for you. You guys were probably all in very different places. So in the meantime, if you're ready, we'll go ahead and come back to this 90-90. Yeah, the PNF stretching, guys, makes a really big difference. It really does. Plus all the turnout dance we did and Jocelyn's hamstring saver. All right, so let's find this position here. And we're going to squeeze the butt, push the hip forward by curling the tailbone under, engaging the low abs, and squeezing. Now, I don't have a lot of weight in my front leg, okay? I could actually take that off the floor if I wanted to. I'm really concentrating on grounding down and squeezing this part here. And go ahead and rest. And again. And rest. Good job. I'm sorry, I'm just taking 1 second to look at this. Chelsea. Wondering, Chelsea, is your video on? So Chelsea, if you're able, if you don't mind showing your video while you do it, I'll try to give modifications as we get to the parts that you're getting stuck on. Okay, thanks for waiting, guys. So now we're gonna go ahead and rock forward here. And we're gonna do our PNF stretching here, okay? So you're gonna squeeze that whole back body. You should really feel this in the hip flexor. So what I'm gonna say is for people who cannot get down into their split, I'll show a little bit of a different variation when I go into mine. So go ahead and do what was working for you unless you need this variation. And release. And step your foot forward. Can you go a little lower? Checking in to make sure you're nice and squared in your hips. And squeeze. And then Chelsea, when we get to that part, if you wouldn't mind changing your orientation so I can see your split, that would help. Awesome. Thank you so much. And relax. Good. Can you go a little further this time? Yes. Okay, we're going to put our hand, inside hand down, and reach up and back. So if you don't have this bend, you're just going to work on deepening your stretch here. If you have this, you're going to press with me. You can still work on your PNF stretching with your arm down in here by still squeezing everything. So, but if you're here, you're going to press your foot into your hand. Press, press, press. This side's a lot harder for me. And release. And we're going to do that one more time. Ready, and press. Make sure you're breathing. And release. Good job. Okay, now we're going to come here into this stretch. We're going to point and flex. So for this stretch, you want your back leg at a 90-degree angle. So your butt's right over your knee, and you're just pointing and flexing the foot. Nice. And then we're going to windshield wiper. Oh, I feel that one. Good. All right, now we're going to pull up on that knee. We're going to engage the quad. We're really going to squeeze that leg. Shake it out. Sweat it out. Yes, and release. We're going to rock forward and back and pull the toe up and squeeze. Yes. And release. Good. Rock forward and back. I'm just going to show this variation to split real quick. You can do your split like this. So I'm not coming all the way down. I'm not straightening my front leg. I'm staying at a bend in both legs, and then I can slowly start straightening my front leg to where I want to. So rather than having two legs straight and not being able to reach the floor and putting a lot of tension in my knees, I can meet myself in the middle here by bending both. If that's not accessible to you, you'll just spend this time rocking back and forth here, okay? So everybody go ahead and slide down into their split by coming back into your 90-90, okay? And then just taking it slow. So you're unbending both knees at the same pace. And make sure if you're here that you're leaning forward and using your block so you don't have a ton of weight in your knee. Go ahead and find your position. And we're gonna do our PNF starting now. So go ahead and take a look at where you're at too. And see, really see how it makes a difference when you relax between each of these. And now I'm squeezing my lower body like hell, but I can talk to you guys because my upper body is nice and relaxed. I'm not straining my neck right now. All right, and release. Check in with your hips. Are they squared? And squeeze. Remember, you can come out of this sooner if this is too long for you to hold. And release. Good, and we're going to do it one more time, so take a nice deep breath first. And squeeze. Remember, we're going all four directions, so we're trying to squeeze in towards our midline in all four directions. That's the same no matter where you're at right now. And release. Good. You can take a second to lean forward if that feels good for you. If you're coming out of this and you're done, go ahead and find a child's pose. You can go ahead and twist. Good. And everybody's going to bring that out. We're going to come into a child's pose here. I like to bring my belly between my knees and just kind of give my hips a little rock. I'm going to push forward, bring the knees together, Up dog. Look over one shoulder. Look over the other shoulder. Good. One last little thing here. And do a little spinal twist. So take one leg up and over here. Take your opposite arm over the knee and twist. Grab the knee, give it a hug. You can bring the foot into the elbow pit and cradle your shin. If you want to take one last little stretch here, go for it. And then we'll do the other side, spinal twist. Hug the knee in. Go ahead and cradle it if that feels good for you. Excellent work, you guys. I'm going to give you one more quick little 1 minute break, and then we're going to finish it off with some nice rehab. Really good job, guys. If anybody had any more questions about splits, let me know. And Chelsea, I'm curious to know if that was helpful for you or not. While we're on a break for a minute, I'm going to go ahead and throw the donation screen share up. If anybody wishes to donate, we are graciously accepting them, and the donations are split by all of the participating coaches, and we're super grateful for it. So thank you guys so much. We'll see you in a minute. All right, guys, so I believe some sort of massage ball and a foam roller were the things that were recommended for this next section. I know that the 90-minute classes are a long stretch, so thank you guys so much for sticking it out, and I hope that ending them with a nice little rehab makes it feel good for you guys to stick around. Really appreciate having all of you here, and Jocelynn, whenever you're ready, we can get started.
Cool. Let me just make sure. So we're going to start with the ab integration first and then end with all the rehab stuff. So we'll be on the ground. Oh, sorry. So we're just going to do a 4-minute ab series. And I'm going to set my timer here. And just follow along. I'll just keep calling it out. It's not very complicated. So yeah, this is going to be great for our core. Always you want to think about your lower back on the ground and your ribs knitting together and your belly button pulling to the spine. So we're going to start on the ground like this. And we're just going to roll up. 2, 3, 4, back down. 2, 3, again, and up. 2, 3, 4, down. Really curling. 2, 3, 2 more. Up. 2, 3, 4, down. 2, 3. Last one. Up. 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3, 4. Bring your hands behind your head and crunch up and down. And 2, and 3, and 4. We're going to 8, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring your knees up to your chest. So you want to you want a 90-degree angle, and you're going to go one leg down and up down, up, down, up, down. 4 more. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Legs together, they're going to go arms to the side. They're going to go out, long, don't touch the ground, up to the sky. Bending down, up to the sky. 2 more, legs long, up to the sky. Last one, legs down, up to the sky. Bring your arms down along your side. Have your legs directly to the sky and ceiling poke. So poke the ceiling. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring your legs back to that 90. Arms behind your head. And we're going to go bicycle slow and hold. Bicycle slow and hold. Bicycle slow and hold. Bicycle slow and hold. Faster in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Straighten that top leg, opposite arm, and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Slow change. 3, 4. Crunch up. 6, 7, 8. Straighten that top leg, opposite arm, pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Everything to the sky, hands to the sky. Now so you're pushing away the ceiling. And 1, 2, with your hands and your feet. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Legs back, down, and go out and up. Bending, straighten your legs to the sky. Bend, straighten your legs. Last one. Bend, straighten your legs. We're going to reverse it. Legs down and in, up. Legs down, in, up. 2 more. In, up. Last one. In, up. There we go. You made it for 4 minutes. Good job. Let's come into a big starfish position. And we're going to curl. You can just do this with me right now. Curl into a ball. One side. Open up into a big arch. And curling in. And opening back up to that starfish. Other side, curling in. And up. And curling in. Opening up. One more time each side. Curling in. Really be heavy into the ground. And open. Curling in. And open. Last one. Curling in. Open. Curling in. Open. So now what we're going to do is we're going to draw one hand. So just take like one hand, draw it across your body, coming up, being tactile on that leg, reaching for the opposite foot. Do a nice stretch. And coming down to your X. Other side, touching, drawing down the opposite leg, reaching away as long as you can. And back down. Again, reaching across, coming down, and reaching across, and coming back down. Let's do one more curling on each side just to really integrate the whole body. And arching, and curling, and opening. One more the other side, curling in, open, curling in, and opening. So if your body feels nice and juicy, go ahead and grab your foam roller, or a towel would work as well, or if you have a yoga block still, that could work. And we're just going to place it under our lower back, and we're just going to lie back on it. And we'll be here for about a minute, just to really just let your entire body relax. Just let the nervous system chill out and relax. You're just going to find a comfortable position. You want it right under your sacrum. You can be in this big X position. Just really feeling the front of your hips opening up. Just nice deep breath here into your belly. Just starting to let your body relax from what you just did. Feeling your face relax. If this is too uncomfortable, you can just remove the foam roller and just lay on the ground. If you have 2 apples like Gabe, you can use 2 apples instead. We'll take 5 more deep breaths here. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. Okay, now just simply use your feet, bring them up, and then let the foam roller go down to the bottom of your butt. So it's going to be at your coccyx level. If you don't know where that is, it's like just above your sits bones. It'll basically be on the meat of your gluteus maximus. And we're just going to simply hang out here for some deep breaths. And also check in with your hips. Do you feel like if one is a little bit more raised or the other? And just notice that. Just bring awareness maybe on the tight side. Send breath and energy and opening to that area. There's a lot of power in the mind of just sending the breath to tight places. We'll take 5 more deep breaths here. Okay, and slowly bring yourself up to a seated position, still on the foam roller, and place it right where your hamstrings meet your butt. So right in that nice hollow. And then just do a gentle forward fold here. And then using your heels, you're just going to rock a little bit forward and back. Just gently opening up that attachment. Make sure your legs are in parallel here. Just be nice and relaxed, don't force anything. And then using your hands, just slowly, we're going to slowly roll down the hamstrings. Just nice and slow. Really trying to feel the sensation. Finding any tight spots and maybe just hanging out there for a couple of breaths. It's going to be different for everybody. When you get to the middle of your hamstring, let's just do a few more rocks, folding back. Make sure your neck and shoulders are still nice and loose. My legs are slightly bent here. Let's keep moving down the legs, just nice and slow. Just like you're a really slow rolling pin. Keep leaning forwards. So we get to the back of the knees and just rest the foam roller there. And we get a nice forward fold. I like to rock side to side here. And then we're just going to keep rolling down the calves, nice and slow. I like to press into the hands so I can get a little bit of weight. When you get to the belly, you just go back and forth a little bit. And then keep going all the way down to your Achilles tendon. And then do one more forward fold. All right. Now let's get our ball. Let me grab my ball. And stand on up. We're gonna do some feet. So stepping back, I'm gonna try to, you might not be able to see my head. Just placing the ball on the ground, placing your foot, so I'm flexing and the ball is on the ball of my foot. And then I'm just gonna do a nice calf stretch here. And then go ahead and roll your foot on that ball. Just really rolling around, getting all the edges. Really getting into the arch. You have so many acupressure points on your feet that relate to the rest of your body. Really get into the inside of the arch, the outside of the arch. And let's switch feet. Stepping on the ball, leaning forward, getting a nice calf stretch. And then coming back and massaging. Make sure you get all the corners of your foot. Your feet are so neglected. Really getting all the arch, inner and outer arch. Okay, now we're gonna sit back down. And bring the ball or apple, whatever you have, to your calf. Just really get into that calf. You can turn out your leg now that we have awesome turnout from Fallon. Just really going up and down. I like to get the outer edges of the calf muscle. Just finding any tight spots that you might have. Just really letting that release. In the inner edge. And also make sure you get down to the Achilles area. And the other side. Don't forget about the Achilles area. Now we're going to take the ball and move up. You're going to place the ball right at the attachment. So it's going to be right there. Oops, right at the attachment. The one we got earlier. I also sometimes keep a ball in my car when I'm driving, and I'll just sit and drive with that ball right here. And it really helps with sciatica or any kind of lower back pain. It could be related to a really tight hamstring, which I have. We're just gonna go like side to side. You can kind of feel like the pockets that you'll get into. And then we'll move on to our side. So now I'm putting it right into above the greater trochanter. So that's the greater trochanter is this knob right here that sticks out. So I'm going to put it right here into our pocket that Fallon was working on. This is going to be a little more tender, possibly. You can have your leg bent or straight. I find each one makes it feel a little bit different. But really make sure you get low enough. See, the ball is now here on me, on my leg. And your greater trochanter is where a lot of these muscles are attaching to. Then just find a sweet spot somewhere, something that's kind of sore, and just kind of sit with it for a moment. And then we're going to move on to the other side. So again, placing it right at that hamstring attachment right there. Sitting on it. Just finding your places. Maybe try bending the leg. And then we're going to move out to that pocket area. Making sure you just keep breathing. Try bending the leg, turning it out or turning it in. And then find another sweet spot. And just let it relax. I find really the best way to release tight muscles or any kind of old injuries is just sitting on a ball for much longer than we're doing right now. When you're watching TV or sitting at the computer or driving in a car, you just put the ball where it's tight or tense or feels like it needs to release, and then just letting your body get used to that sensation and forgetting about it. Okay, so we'll do one more with the ball and then do a little closing breath. I'm going to put it right in the middle of my sacrum, kind of like at your coccyx area. We're just going to lay on the ball and just relax. Taking a few breaths here. It's right at your coccyx area. It's letting your hips adjust if it needs to go one way or the other. It's kind of like balancing out that attachment point. Like, are you finding that your pelvis is trying to tilt too much anteriorly or posteriorly? It'll help even it out. And releasing that. Let's come up, and you can sit either cross-legged or on your knees. We're going to do something called the sipping breath, and it comes from the gyrokinesis method, which next Tuesday morning I will be doing a gyrokinesis class. Just a little pitch for that.
Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning.
You're right. It is Wednesday morning. I'm taking my cat to the vet Tuesday morning. You're right. So yeah, that'll be a great class. It's all about moving the spine and circles and spirals. So tune in for that. Just sit comfortably. And this is kind of a funny breath. It's called the sipping breath. But it's actually very cooling and calming, which is definitely something we all need right now. So it's like this. You're like sipping your spit, which is kind of weird, but And then you just release. It's like you're sipping through a straw, and then you just do a regular exhale. So we'll do that for about 1.5 minutes, and then close it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself because it's kind of weird to listen to that. Just let everybody, it's like you're sipping your spit, hold it in for a moment, and then just a normal exhale. Hold it for a moment, not a minute. Take 3 more breaths. Really feel how calming and cooling this breath is. Very grounding. And then just take another 3 breaths of your regular breath just to feel your body settle out, feel the energy flowing into the earth. Feel lighter, feel more energized. If your eyes are closed, go ahead and open your eyes. Enjoy this nice, soft light that we have at this hour of the night. And I'll turn it over to Cressie to close this out.
I usually go last, but yeah, so I'm gonna let the other coaches say in closing they want, and then I'll say my part.